Waka. Hello, I'm B. Nicole, and this is Buried on the Tundra. I wish to acknowledge that I record this podcast on the ancestral land of the Yupik Chupik people. I acknowledge this is not only in thanks to the indigenous communities who have held relationships with the land for generations, but also in recognition of the historical and ongoing legacy of colonialism. Additionally, I acknowledge this as a point of reflection for all of us as we work towards dismantling colonial practices. Do you like Buried on the Tundra and want to make your own podcast? Let me tell you about Anchor. It's 100% free. Has lots of tools to record and edit your podcast from anywhere, on your phone, iPad, tablet, or even your computer. Now you can even add songs from Spotify into your episodes. Anchor will distribute your podcast to all the big platforms, so you are instantly on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, and many more. You can even make money with no minimum listenership. A one-stop shop to make a podcast. Download the free Anchor app or go to anchor.fm to get started. Stony River is 140 miles upriver from Bethel. There, the Alaskan natives are both Yupik and Athabaskan. The population in 2020 was 57 people. In the prior census, there were 19 households and 14 families residing in the village. The racial makeup at that time was 14.75% white, 78.69% Alaskan Native, and 6.56% were from two or more races. The median income for a household and for a family was $20,714. There were about 38% of both families and households living below the poverty line. On May 2nd, 2018, Deacon Evan, 66 years old, was found dead in his home. Initially, it appeared to be a suicide. When troopers arrived, they were suspicious. The troopers reached out to the Fairbanks General Investigations Unit and a crime scene technician from Anchorage. The investigators concluded the scene had been staged to look like a suicide. Deacon Evan was not unfamiliar by the police. He had just been released in 2016 for probation after completing a 19-year sentence for a sexual assault. On December 14th of 2019, 41-year-old Jason Bobby was arrested and charged with murder in the second degree, manslaughter, criminally neglect, homicide, and tampering with evidence in connection with Deacon's death. Deacon Evan was 66 years old when he passed away. He was no stranger to law enforcement, spending most of his adult life in jail. It is believed, however, that he reformed in his old age. A person mentioned on Facebook that he was an elder and a good friend, and he is missed by his friends and family. You can find case pictures, source materials, and a case map showing you the locations of each of the villages I've talked about. Go to buriedonthetundra.com. You can follow me on Facebook at Buried on the Tundra. You can also follow me on Instagram at Buried on the Tundra Podcast. Like, subscribe, review the podcast on whatever platform you're using. Next week, we're going to look at the assaults of 2 VPOs in Elam. If you'd like to suggest a case, please send an email to buriedonthetundra@gmail.com. Warmest wishes from the coldest state.